Hey, y'all. We are doing a reading today for those of you who are looking for romance. It is, King of Pentacles flies out. It is Monday today, and let's see what the week has in store for you. Other things might show up, but romance is particularly, and finding love is particularly what is in the theme here. So let's see. We're using the Lightseers deck. I'm going to keep it light. I'm going to keep it fun. Okay. That was quick. We've got the Ten of Wands. Well, dudes, this is heavy. This is real heavy. What's driving that? The Hermit, Queen of Cups. I almost, hold on. I don't want to do a 5-card spread. That's not what we're doing. We're doing a 3-card spread, but here we are. You guys, we're going to keep it fun, remember? That's driven by the 3 of Cups and the Fool. We're going to keep it fun, universe. Keeping it fun. And it is fun. It is. I think the 3 of Swords here in this context is all about healing. And on my channel, remember that we look at the shadow side as well as the light side. So, none of us are completely healed from everything, right? And then we wouldn't be human. So when the 3 of Swords comes up in a reading like this, where it's surrounded by the Empress, the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Hermit, what we're talking about is those last vestiges of rawness, of unsolved questions, of pain. Let's just, let's call it for what it is. Those last little vestiges of pain around a situation that may have made you tepid to the idea of love, or may have made you guarded. That hurt, that heartbreak. We think we're over it sometimes. We think we're ready to move on. And then might be something that someone says to us, or it might be in the way that someone looks, or maybe someone reminds us of the person that broke our heart. It brings up little moments, right, where we're caught off guard by an emotion that echoes that heartbreak. So that's the shadow piece of it, but it's all good because it's all part of the healing process. So it's not all light and bubbles and, but this is my channel. So what did you expect? We see dichotomy, okay? All right. So let's look at the Empress. Why is the Empress here? Why? Okay. There's something very sexy and very deep about this Empress. I don't even think this is you. This is more like the universe here. She does not want to give me cards right now. I don't... Shoot. Okay. We want to switch decks. That's what we want to do. The Rider-Waite-Smith is not what she wanted, how she wanted to visualize this. Okay. All right. The Empress. Why is the Empress here? If you want to use this deck, okay. The Santa Muerte deck is, an acquired taste. Not everybody uses this deck, okay? because it's not rainbows and butterflies and cotton candy and shit like that. This is very... Ooh, I'm trying to get a read on it, but she's very playful and kind of fighting me on this. Okay. Justice is on the bottom. 3 of Swords. Okay, yeah. Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit. Okay. Okay. So thanks, universe, because you've given me 2 cards that are already on the table. I'm just being silly because the reason that I pull from this deck is that even though we have different cards, and for those of you who don't watch tarot a lot or do tarot, the decks mean different things. Excuse my nails, but it's been a long week. The images are different, right? So much different sort of resonance and meaning, and things might come out of this card that you see that are important versus this one, which is a little bit more simple. What do you see there? Knives in the back, heartbreak, very intentional heartbreak, maybe. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles, which to me, this 9 of Pentacles is a bit overwhelming. It's a bit too much. The emotions are a little high. And then the Hermit. And this Hermit, instead of being in an open space, instead of being elevated and seeing everything from a different perspective, this Hermit is in a coffin and very much enclosed, seeing things from a different perspective, perhaps, but within the confines of one's own, even prison, right? Deathbed, coffin. And so playful, yeah, energetic. How about, okay, universe, give us a couple of cards just from the Rider-Waite Smiths, just so that we can balance this out. Because what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing you get to a place of elevation that is sort of grounded in a reality, that's grounded in an understanding of people and of yourself that goes much deeper than you think it does. I know you've been on a journey of self-discovery, but this goes a little bit like okay, hold on. Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I don't even want to say that. This is very thick energy. This is very, very thick energy. It's like, remember that, what was that movie with Johansson, where there was all this black goo everywhere? I forget the name of the movie, but that's what this feels like, is that, and you know what that black goo was in that movie? Scarlett Johansson, what was the goddamn movie? Y'all leave it in the comments. But you know what I'm talking about, where she gets the most elevated cognitive abilities possible, right? She understands the universe on the universe's level. That black goo was a result of this like superior, intimate knowledge of everything all at once. Okay. That's what this feels like. And the black goo came as a vision before I realized what that was. So it makes sense. But damn, it doesn't make sense. Like, why? You're understanding this. So Okay, so that being said, let's come back to earth now. Let's come back into a practical sense of being and your 3D body and normalize sort of how you move and operate and communicate with other people, right? So let's say this is you and you've got this elevated sense of understanding of being, and the things that you've been through have helped cultivate that understanding, right? And you appreciate that for what it is versus feeling like you're a victim, right? Which is this. Okay. So you come back to earth. There are some, challenges and complications with having this understanding and then finding someone or resonating with someone here, right? A lot of people, this is this is a funny love reading, but what I'm saying is a lot of people will not resonate with you, will not be on your level. You might have been a people pleaser before. I get that. And now you're going to feel uncomfortable when you are put into a position with people who you feel like in the past you would have been a people pleaser with. You're going to be very uncomfortable. But dudes, it is what it is. So what you're going to do is you're going to find someone who loves that, because that's all that's important right now. If you're at this level, this empress level, this thick black tar, universal understanding level of acceptance of understanding, then you are going to just need somebody who loves, because that's what it all boils down to, right? Okay. Doesn't matter what they do for a living. Doesn't matter what they, what their IQ is. It matters that they love completely and unconditionally. Yeah. So 3 of Swords. Why is it here? Let's look at that. There's more to this story. 3 of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. The Hanged Man. A little bit of the energy coming in. Just a little bit of the energy coming into you. But I think this might be an old pain, this 3 of Swords. There's definitely new perspective. There is a lot of love, but I'm not even feeling, usually with the Page of Pentacles, what I get is a bit of distraction, a bit of ADHD, a little bit of like squirrel mentality, but not this. The Page of Pentacles right now in this context reminds me of a sort of not immature in a bad way, but sort of innocent, an innocent valuation, an innocent longing to hold, to have, to be. I don't know if that makes much sense, but this is incoming energy. I feel like this is a bit of you as well, but it's mostly incoming energy. I feel like you're on whoever you're meeting, whoever you have the potential of getting together with, I feel like I feel like they're more similar to you than you think they are, like in the ways that matter. Like they could be totally different in terms of education or social status or the things that they have experienced or their home life or whatever. But I think deep down, it might be a welcome change for you. For example, if you've always been the one who has been the giver in the relationships and other people have mostly taken from you, you might find out what it's like to be with another giver, which is amazing. Yeah. Uh, the only, how I'm going to give you like, like if there was a road to Oz, right? Like a yellow brick road, and I was one of the guardians of the yellow brick road. I was in the lollipop guild, even though I'm 6 foot tall. If I was in the lollipop guild and I was, telling you how to go down the yellow brick road, is it the land? It's really, gosh, I don't know why I haven't thought about this metaphor before, but it's so similar to my readings. This concept of Oz, because the cotton candy readings, this sort of toxic positivity that Dorothy gets about the wizard and about all the wonderful things that he does. It turns out it's sort of like, yeah, he's great, but right. And along the way, they encounter many challenges. So that's similar to my structure and how I share things with you. So I'm going to tell you, yeah, you've got a golden yellow brick road in front of you to this prosperity. You're going to learn so much about yourself. You're going to encounter people who push you, who help you, who encourage you, who try to hurt you, and through it all you will understand and develop in your character and in your passion and your purpose, right? Because that's what it's all about. And so when the poppy fields come along, I'm not going to tell you, hey, those poppy fields are amazing, they're beautiful, and you're going to want to run around in them all day and they're great. No, I'm going to tell you, hey, poppy fields are coming up. Be careful, because if you go into them unknowingly and breathe deeply, you're going to pass out, dude. Right? So I love that. I don't know why I didn't think of that before. So I will tell you the poppy field scenario with this person. And that is that I think there is a little bit of naivete in how they approach you. And maybe they create a narrative and an excitement for potential with you before maybe they should. So that being said, just like play it cool, play it easy, because they might get a little attached too soon. Okay. I love that. What an awesome reading, because now I have this great vision in my mind and maybe a painting that I'll do. Ace of Pentacles, why is it here? It's really perfect. Ace of Pentacles, why is it here? So I'm reading Beth Ann's book. I continue to read it sort of off and on. Beth Ann's book on the Light Seers Tarot. She designed it, right? So she also wrote a book about all of the cards. And I love her Ace of Pentacles description. And you're going to have to buy the book to find out what it is. So please support Beth Ann. Light Seers Tarot. I think she calls it a guidebook. All right. Ace of Pentacles. 4. Ooh, yeah. What did I tell you? What did I tell you about this person getting some ideas real fucking quick? Oh, man. Okay. Okay, calm down, sir. Yeah. Or ma'am, whoever it is. Yeah. I think they like you. I think they like you a lot. There is that naivete again here, but there's this feeling of connection. Like they're They think that they figured things out, maybe more than they have. Okay. So there's a little caveat, but it's not that bad. Like, it's not out of ego. It's just a little bit out of naivete. So, man, I'm digging this person. They definitely they definitely like you. Um, I mean, what can I say? They want to go on new adventures with you. They want to have fun. They see you as very unusual. They see you as a very special person, someone unlike anyone they've ever met before. And they're not intimidated by it, but there is this sort of reverence. And so there's a little bit of caution in terms of how they approach. And so I would be very careful, if I was you, of how I would respond to that, right? So go forward with compassion with this person at all costs, with heartfelt compassion. Because I think this is the type of person that if you're kind of flippant, or if you're sort of easy, like making jokes right away in terms of how they're acting, right? I think as long as you stay, like, as long as you're playful about it, and as long as they can see your face, it might be okay. But in terms of like text messaging, conversations that aren't face to face, just be super gentle, compassionate, because I think that they're right, at least at the beginning, they're right on this cusp of holding such a high regard that they could slip into being a little insecure about how they move forward. And you don't want that. You don't want that at all, because that'll actually, they'll retract if they get too insecure about it. Um, so if you want to keep this person in your life, just be really compassionate, be understanding, they're going to be. It won't be hard. It won't be hard at all for you to maintain that. But I mean, like, don't make fun of them, or even if it's, don't, what do they call that? Negging. Don't neg them. Don't bully them or be sarcastic. Okay. I don't think you're that type of person anyway, but sometimes we can get into like this, especially if we're inundated with work and family and relationships and friends, then we can kind of lose a concept in our, especially texting communication, and it can get a little bit loose, and we can kind of, you know what I mean? Anyway, that was just a little warning from the universe. This person is super chill and super cool, but at least at the beginning, they might become a tiny bit overcompensative for how they react or how they act, because they don't want anything to go wrong. Anyway, okay. That's it. Hermit, why is it here? It's the Queen of Swords. Confident Bibis. King of Cups. Fool. Yeah. It's this is a little bit different, and that's why we have the 3 cards. We have the 2 cards. This 2 cards really sort of represents a little bit more about you and your journey, but also this is sort of soul's purpose. Have you been dreaming a lot lately? I mean, obviously, right? You know, I'm not winning any Pulitzers for tarot reading, but there's a lot of things the universe is trying to tell you. Okay? There are a lot of less it's almost like you've been held back. It's really weird energy. It's almost like you've been held back for a few years, months, I don't know, could be almost a decade. You've sort of been held back and you understand, you see the glimmerings of things here and there, and you have aha moments and you feel connected, but it's almost like the universe is trying to push a whole other level of understanding, of enlightenment. And you might be getting messages in dreams. You might be having dreams that you do not understand at all. Like, where the hell did that come from? I would suggest writing them down if you can, even if you like, really, even if you have to wake up for just a moment and write it down as much as you can, because, or, if you've been remembering them, write it the next day. But you don't even have to try to understand those dreams. Don't get out a Zolar's dream interpretation, dream analysis book. Don't really look for the symbolism in the dreams. Just write them down. And you will almost almost undoubtedly come back to those dreams at some point and go, "Ah, this connects with that. This connects with that." Like, you'll come to an understanding of the meaning of them without external forces. But I think the universe wants to sort of push you in a new direction, something you haven't even like been able to fully conceptualize yet. Okay, there's that. I just would be open to it. Be open to it. And if it sounds weird, like, I think you're going to say some things coming up, maybe even to this person, that'll be like, "Damn, did I say that? What did I? Did I? I would never would have said something like that before. Did I say that?" And it might be kind of more spiritual or religious than you're used to saying. It might be a little bit more out there. You might be like, "Oh gosh, did that sound weird?" Just absolutely own it is, all I can say. Don't be shy about stepping into yourself, because if you're not where you should be now and the people around you go, "What are they talking about?" Then you're going to find your new place in this new energy. Yeah, we've got the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands comes back with the Queen of Cups. We got the Four of Wands, and we've got the Eight of Pentacles. For some of you, I'm definitely getting Libra. Might just be me though. Yeah, there's a certain generosity. This almost reminds me of a conversation I had last night. Almost reminds me of a like, in the past, you might have had trouble saying no to commitments, to people, to just to general asks like, "Hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you volunteer here?" And your answer is always yes, of course, even if it puts stress on you. I think you're becoming a little bit more judicious about how you allocate your time and your personal psychic resource of your energy, which is great. It's hard, I know, but and it's hard to say no to one thing, right? But in the meantime, I think you're realizing your personal foundation and the lengths at which you need to go to codify it, to solidify it, to, like, you are the most important thing. You're the only thing that you need to really look out for, period. If you have a capacity to care for other people in the highest and best way that you can with the universe. Look at the rainbow. Yeah. Then that's great. Share that love, give when your cup is full kind of situation. She's receiving, right? She is receiving love. So there's, for some of you, this opportunity to receive love that is worth fighting for. That's out there. What a mess of cards. What a mess of cards, y'all. Whose idea was this? Great reading. I hope this helped somebody. You have potential matches out there that are just waiting for you. And I think that the love that you have for yourself that is unparalleled, right? It's almost like these connections coming in to add to and augment your experience on earth are just exactly that. And so your experience is by far the most important, right? Okay. All right. So remember that there's no reading that comes out of a vacuum, and all readings are influenced by the reader as well as the time in which they are pulled. I need 2 more cards. I need 2 more cards because I just want to do, universe, you told us the yellow brick road. You told us the deep stuff, the deep cuts we got, the understanding, the connection with the universe, that person that's coming in who might be a little naive, who we will treat very carefully and lovingly. All right, give us 2 cards that just sort of, let's just put a cherry on top of this. What should we walk away with today after this reading? Understanding. Just for a minute, I thought I'd put the Empress card back in the deck and see if it comes back. But what flew out is 4 of Wands. That connection, that collaboration, love, happiness, joy, celebration. Oh, okay. And then we've got Judgment coming back. 8 of Cups. Universe. She is being very feisty today. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Guys, what can I say? I ask for too much and she's like, okay, I'm going to show you everything. This is this right here. This is what you need to know right here. Within the death of something comes the birth of something else. So the lesson right here is, if you're not at this place, if you found this reading and you're not at what I described, this is future energy. And you might know what you need to let go of in order to have this rebirth. This is what you have to look forward to. It's that yellow brick road. So it's very intentional. We make those choices to walk away from the 8 cups. We make choices. 8 of Cups does not happen without us standing up and walking away from things that don't serve us. So a little message for those of you who weren't quite here yet, but you stayed after I gave my little ramble. It is what it is. Thanks, guys.